Everybody, how's it going? Recently, my wife and I went to San Antonio, Texas, where I was born and spent my formidable years, and went to one of my all-time favorite record stores. Papa Jazz is still at number one, but Hog Wild, which is where I went, is right there at number two. Um, Good prices, and they've got a great selection. Papa Jazz doesn't really have a whole lot of heavy metal or anything like that. Every now and then they'll get a few in there, but overall, it's more classic rock and everything else. Jazz obviously, and a few other things. But really, heavy metal. Just I don't know if maybe people in that area don't like it or whatnot, but certainly made out like a bandit. Going back to Hog Wild, and let me show you what I got. First and foremost, really cool. I went in the back where they have. You have to excuse me. I've got a cold. Actually bronchitis, so that's fun to come back home from a trip and have that. But anyway, back in the back to the store, they had buttons and patches and stickers and all that kind of stuff. And something I found really cool, you used to seeing like Ramones buttons and things like that, but some of this stuff, I've never seen it before, which I thought was super cool, so I had to pick up a couple of them. First was Motorhead's Iron Fist. Let me make sure I get that in the camera. There we go. Creator, Endless Pain. So I thought that was kind of cool. Nasty Savage, that's a great record. Their self-titled one. These are all little buttons. And The Holocaust, The Nightcomers, one of the best new wave of British heavy metal albums ever made. And lots of new wave of British heavy metal stuff. Venom and Jaguar, and really, really obscure stuff that was really, really cool. That they had there, which was just wild to me. Of all the buttons and things like that you would have, it would be something like that. So that was pretty crazy. So anyway, let me start with these. First was Raise Your Fist and Yell by Alice Cooper. This has still got the shrink. It's been open, but it's still got the shrink and the hype sticker and all that on it. This is really cool. This is the stuff that he did with Kane Roberts. This song Freedom is a great song. Not a bad album. Not a bad album. Then we've got James Brown, Black Caesar. And I'm sure you've seen by the sticker, it is a white label promo. How cool is that? So, decent movie, excellent soundtrack. Really, really cool. Probably for my money, probably my favorite James Brown. I mean, you've got the Apollo and Sex Machine and Cold Sweat and all that stuff. But this one, I find myself going back to and listen a lot. And I think this was like $11. Cover's a little worn. It's got some creases, but the record is great shape. And couldn't pass that up. This is The Stone Age by the Rolling Stones. This is another Decca, one of the many Decca greatest hits, but I couldn't pass it up. I think this was, give the price in here, $20. Why not? The cover's in decent shape. The record's in excellent shape, so I was happy to pick it up. Really cool compilation. Really a neat cover. Check that out. I'll let that linger there for a minute. And we've got that lineup of the Stones on the back. So, that was cool. Here's another one. This is an album that I've wanted for a long time, and I had to wait till it got reissued, and I didn't hear anything about it being reissued, and kind of was shocked when I found out that it had been, and I can't find anything on the internet about it. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. Maybe it's a local place that has reissued this, but the band is S.A. Slayer, and the album is Go for the Throat. Now, why S.A. Slayer? Well, obviously there's a more popular Slayer in California that is still touring and around today, and that is Slayer, and this is San Antonio Slayer. These are local guys. This stuff I used to hear on KZEP 104.5, I think is what it was, and this guy by the name of Mario Munoz. And when I was freshman, sophomore year of high school, I used to stay up. It was on Sunday nights, and he would play. This is the first time where I've heard Saxon, where I heard Iron Maiden, where I heard Angel Witch, where I heard S.A. Slayer. That was such a cool program, and it was on for like 2 or 3 hours on Sunday mornings. Well, Sunday on into Monday morning. I used to stay up and be miserable going to school the next day, but would always go. And I had a mini disc player, and I would record that stuff off the radio onto a mini disc player with all the tunes and interviews. That King Diamond had an interview on there, and I used to listen to it. And of course, I got rid of those, and you don't have a mini disc player anymore. But anyway, this is a great record. This is on white vinyl, and it's, go ahead and show you that. So there's that, and it's got. Let's see. It's got a few. It's got other things. This is on HR Records, or I guess Skull Records. So that's cool. So I was happy to pick up that. And a reissue of another album that good luck finding an original. Kaleidoscope, Tangerine Dream, one of the best psychedelic albums of all time. Definitely one of my favorites in that genre. This album is just absolutely stunning. If you don't know this album, it's Kaleidoscope, Tangerine Dream. It's a great record. Definitely check it out. Except Breaker. This is on the Passport Records label, and I've got one that is on the Brain and Original German records. So it's cool to have that. That's a great record. Probably my favorite Accept record. Had to go back the next day and pick up Accept's first record. And this is also an English pressing on the, can't see it, so I'll open it up, on the Brain label. So that's pretty neat. Their first record. Not a bad record, not one of my favorites by them, but not a bad record either. I tend to like the Rebel, I'm a Rebel, and Breaker era of Accept, but I like all eras of Accept. Their last 3 records that they put out have been really good with what's his face on vocals. The dude who's not Udo. S.A. Slayers. This is Prepare to Die. This is again, like I said, a great band. This one is on. Check this out. This is on purple vinyl, so that's kind of neat. And had to pick up this EP. This is the one, both of the releases are the only thing that the band ever released. And the clerk there at the counter was telling me that a couple of the members work at a guitar place down the street and just didn't have time to go in and pop in there and see if they were there. But that would have been cool to get them to sign that and pictures and whatnot. But so Prepare to Die, not as good as Go to the Throat, but it's an EP and that's a good record. Now these are some of the coolest scores that I've ever gotten. Like I was telling you about that clerk there, I commented on a tattoo that he had, and it was the goblin symbol, of the, I guess, Satan playing a violin or whatnot. It's the goblin logo. And I said, that's cool. That's a cool goblin logo. And he says, oh, thanks. I appreciate it. You like them? And we struck up a conversation. And I asked him if I know that Suspiria is in the works by Synapse Films. Don May is in the process of getting that remastered and put out on Blu-ray. And I said, if they're going to release any of the vinyl reissue when that comes out? And he says, I don't know, but I've got something cool over here. So he takes me over to the soundtracks and shows me that they've got Suspiria, an original, and I'll pull it out. And he shows me that, and had a pretty hefty price tag. There's their logo, Goblin's logo. So it had a pretty hefty price tag on it, and I passed, but my wife went right back in there and got them for me. And how cool is this? Look at that. That's just fantastic. So got that, and I was absolutely stunned with that. And she also went back on one of my favorite movies of all time, Dawn of the Dead, Note a Zombie in England, or in Italy. So got me that as well. So yeah, these were pretty pricey, but at the same time, I don't know that I'm ever going to see something like that again. And she said, well, this is your Christmas and birthday present. So I call that fair enough. So as always, thanks everybody for watching. I'll try to make these more regularly. I feel like I say that all the time, but hope you all are doing well. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And if I don't talk to you before then, Merry Christmas, and y'all take care. Bye.